ReFoundation. A science fiction novel. Richard G. Hole. Science fiction and fantasy. Richard G. Hole, 2025. Cover Pixabay, Raymond Bertrams, 2025. All rights reserved. Total or partial reproduction of the work is prohibited without the express authorization of the copyright owner. Synopsis. He walked about 50 meters through that maze of giant leaves. Suddenly, he heard a strange buzzing sound and instinctively looked up into the air. From among the dense rocks rose into the air a round-shaped artifact slightly conical at the top. The vision was fleeting, very fleeting, because the disk was lost in the heights, disappearing from his sight, despite the fact that not a single cloud blurred the blue of the sky. As petrified, he remained motionless. Where had this come from? He listened to the silence. A terrible silence that marked the immense loneliness of the plantation. ReFoundation is a story belonging to the science fiction series, a collection of science fiction and fantasy novels. ReFoundation. Chapter 1. It was solar year 28,930 for ReFoundation. The farm was an immense plain that was lost in the horizon. It was perfectly seeded, and its extension much greater than some of the ancient nations of the planet, thus giving an idea of the opulence of its owner. Alton owned it all. Rich and influential man in all fields. Now he was there, next to the vehicle that served him to personally inspect the lands in the company of his foreman Jonathan. If the owner was a tall, haughty individual, Jonathan outnumbered him in size and weight. It was a true colossus, which like its owner was perfectly armed. A kind of gleaming four-barreled shotgun hung from his right shoulder. A silver-colored flat pistol rested in a type holster under the armpit. The same weapons were carried by Mr. Alton, who was arguing with a man of normal size, although he had a strange peculiarity: his eyes. Deep, incisive eyes that did not seem like the normal ones of the inhabitants of the White ReFoundation when they were observed. "I don't know who you are," growled Alton, "but you have circumvented all prohibitions on entering my lands, and this is severely punished." The one with the deep eyes smiled, as if he had just heard some nonsense coming from the lips of a child. "You are too
Sample complete. Ready to continue?